Good evening. A 73-year-old grandmother says what happened to her in prison is wrong.
Now she's suing, taking on the private company that runs the state prison and even the warden. News 13's Crystal Gutierrez is live in the Newsplex with the story. Crystal?
Jessica, in the lawsuit, the woman claims new medication given by the prison for thyroid cancer made her sick, so she was given more medication. Now, what happened next landed her in segregation, or as her attorney calls it, solitary confinement for more than a month.
The use of solitary confinement on a 72-year-old grandmother is ludicrous.
Attorney Matthew Coit is fired up over what happened to his client. Carol Lester is now taking on the prison and grants run by a private company, the warden and deputy warden.
No rational reason for it.
Coit's client, Lester, pleaded guilty to embezzlement in 2010. This 19-page lawsuit states during Lester's prison sentence and grants, officials changed her medication to treat her thyroid cancer. After becoming sick, she claims they gave her Zantac to treat her stomach problems.
Which is a commonly used drug in a prison that people know gives false positives for methamphetamine tests.
Coit says in no way is his 73-year-old client a meth user, but he says a dirty urine test landed her in disciplinary segregation or solitary confinement.
She has no history of meth. She's 70 years old. She didn't just start using it all of a sudden. It was a false positive.
He also says Lester was in solitary confinement far longer than what she should have been, 34 days, 4 days longer than the max for a first offense, all for failing a drug test.
She was in solitary for 34 days. The maximum at the time was 30 days for this type of an offense.
A state corrections spokesperson says private prisons are asked to follow the state's rules and that 30 days for a first offense is standard. Coit says his client's case is one of many, and it's not the only case he's pursuing against private and state-operated prisons.
We're taking on anybody who's using solitary confinement in an excessive and unreasonable fashion.
Lester has finished her prison sentence. Coit says she immediately called in because she didn't want this to happen to anyone else. Back to you.
Okay, Crystal, state correction officials say before this lawsuit, they were already working on changes, giving wardens other options for other disciplinary measures besides segregation.